everyone here to another match of Jack of All Trivia. I'm your host, Devontae King. Today we have a great match here. We have the number one contenders match for the IG Championship. Two great competitors. We have 3-0 Joe Hot Fuzz Farrelly going up against another 3-0 competitor, Robert the Ghost Castner. So I guess we could start with interviews. We'll start with Joe. Joe, how you feeling today?
Not too bad. I've been a bit under the weather the last week or so, but haven't really been studying lately in the same way that I have been before. I've been doing a lot of writing for some other leagues, and I've been so diving into my own questions that I have for the writing that it's sort of put me off looking for study purposes because I've seen some of these questions so many times now. Hopefully that doesn't hinder me. Hopefully that helps. But we'll see. I really get on with Robert. It's always fun to play him. We've met in quite a few different scenarios now in singles, in geek, and in teams. And Robert, I keep saying he really this last year has just been plowing through opponents and getting titles now because of it. It's very impressive and scary good.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, it seems like you guys play in about every league. Usually it's for a title, but today number one contenders match. So. But as we could go down the opponent, Robert, how you feeling? How you feeling about this match?
If I'm plowing through people, I'm the Mr. Plow to Joe's Plow King, and by that I mean that Joe comes in, and while I think I'm doing well, he comes in and takes all the business, and he's the one who gets to record albums. I forget what it is that Barney does. What he's the
plow. I'm about to crash on a mountain, is what you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean that happens.
You're gonna have to come
but before that, he's ultimately uber successful, and that's kind of how I feel playing Joe. I'm in a similar boat with Joe. Not that I'm writing questions and focusing more on that. I'm focusing on those dumb movies that don't count in geek. You know, like the entire rest of the cinematic landscape
world. Yeah,
and that's hard to pin down because that's hundreds of thousands of things. But I'm trying, and amidst that, I'm also trying to get comfortable with some of the other stuff because fortunately there are things that cross over now from this to other leagues beyond the normal geek stuff. So I'm just trying to use that to help all around and make me more of a well-rounded player in this. Playing Joe, I haven't beat Joe in a geek thing yet. So again, either trends will continue or math says I should get one of these at some point, but math is stupid. So whatever.
I do agree. Math is stupid, but useful, but it's still stupid.
Yeah.
All right. So, as we finish interviews, I guess we can move on to round one. Round one, each competitor gets 10 questions in various geek categories. Each question is worth 1 point apiece. If you happen to get all 10 correct, you will get a bonus question asked to you or to both of you. Once again, write down your answers, say them clearly. Each competitor gets 4 repeats and 1 challenge. Joe, do you understand the rules of round one?
Yeah.
All right. Robert, you understand the rules of round one?
I've lived this a couple times. Yes.
Okay. So let's get this match started. Ding, ding, ding. Your first question is in the category of monster movies. Monster movies. In what film does Matthew Broderick play Dr. Nico Nick Tatopoulos? I think I said that right. Tatopoulos. Tatopoulos. It's Greek, I'm going to guess. I don't know. Guys, a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe.
Godzilla.
And Robert.
Said Godzilla, 1998 in hyphen.
Yeah, both are correct. Oh, yeah, I mean.
I know, I'm kidding.
All right. Question
number is correct. That's why I still argue that Batman and Star Trek are acceptable answers.
I agree. Category 2 is in the question 2 is in the category of Star Wars. In Solo, a Star Wars story, Phoebe Waller-Bridge is credited as what character?
Movie Waller-Bridge, a writer on one of my favorite movies of the year.
Give you guys count up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert.
I always forget the end part of this, so I think I got this wrong. I said L334.
And Joe.
L337.
L337 is
Okay.
correct. So
Yeah.
Joe taking a 1-point lead. Question 3 is in the category of Underworld, the Underworld franchise. What is the name of the group of vampire assassins that Celine was a part of in the Underworld franchise?
Hey, reading about these paid off.
Hey, watching the first one of these paid off.
Yeah. Hey, they're not atrociously bad. 5.
I've only seen
4,
the first one, and
3,
it's not bad.
2,
Okay, so Robert and I are on a level playing
1.
field here. Then. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Pens down. We'll start with Joe
Death Dealers.
and Robert.
Death Dealers.
Both are correct.
That's 2 vampire franchises I have to watch at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Question 4. Question 4 is in the category of quotes. Quotes.
Yeah.
In what MCU movie will you hear the line, "You know, the last time I was in Germany and saw a man standing above everybody else, we ended up disagreeing"?
I'm going to repeat because I need to make sure I understand what the...
Repeat. All right, that's Robert's first repeat. Category of quotes. In what MCU movie will you hear the line, "You know, the last time I was in Germany and saw a man standing above everybody else, we ended up disagreeing"?
Just wanted to make sure that it was not asking for who
Mm.
said it.
Yeah.
The person who plays the person who said it,
Yeah.
or the movie.
It's count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert
Marvel's The Avengers.
and Joe.
The Avengers, or as it was released over here, Avengers Assemble.
Both are correct. Yeah. I did not know it had a different name over in.
Yeah, it's dumb. The Avengers works just fine, but there was a spy series in the 60s called The Avengers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a movie.
Question 5 is in the category of Marvel films. Marvel films. Who plays Scott Summers, also known as Cyclops, in X-Men 2, X-Men United?
That's the thing with these questions. You really have to wait until the movie's been said before you can start writing.
Yeah. Maybe a couple years after. Yeah, it's in a couple years when the MCU gets theirs coming out. Hopefully they don't switch it every 4 movies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe
James Marsden.
and Robert.
James Marsden.
Both are correct. 6th question is in the category of Middle Earth. Middle Earth. In The Return of the King, who tells Theoden that the beacons of Minas Tirith are lit? That is a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert
Didn't remember. I said Aragorn.
and Joe.
Gondor calls for aid. Aragorn.
Both are correct. Question number 7 is in the category of DC movies, regular DC movies. In Road to Perdition, before Michael and his father start to rob banks, what does his father teach him to do? guys, count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe
Drive.
and Robert.
I was just gonna say drive, but then I said drive a car.
Correct.
I didn't want. Joe would do that. I'm just saying that.
I would never do that.
I know, but I'm paranoid like that. So
Don't worry.
No, there are people who would probably do that.
drive what? A tractor?
Yeah. All right. Question 8 is in the category of Star Trek. Star Trek. In which Star Trek film will you find a probe named V'ger who is looking for its creator? Guys, a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Robert.
I think I ultimately get the most Star Trek questions about this movie, Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
And Joe.
Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
That is correct. Yeah, I think I did. I ask
That or
for
Star Trek
yours?
go 09 maybe. I don't.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell, but I do get a lot of questions.
Yeah. All right. Question number 9 is in the category of mixed bag. Mixed bag.
Yay.
Shane West, Stuart Townsend, and Tony Corrin and Peter Wilson star in what mixed bag film? Mixed bag. Give you a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Joe.
Tony Curran, the great Vincent Van Gogh in Doctor Who, but The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
And Robert.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Both are correct. So, going into the final question, Joe happens to get this right, he will have a perfect round. And it is in the category of heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. In Thor Ragnarok, what is Hela the goddess of? You guys account of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pins down. We'll start with Robert.
Super long swords. No.
Oh shit!
And Joe for the perfect round.
I pulled it in my head just before he turned his board around. I haven't got it. I've got war.
So
I pulled it just before he turned his board around. Shit.
At the end of death, or say I should say death is correct. So
yeah.
At the end of round 1, we have a tie score of 9-9. 9-9. So going to category or round 2 is the wheel round. Wheeling. Each competitor gets a spin at said wheel. 5 questions in each category. Each question's worth 2 points apiece. You could go down multiple choice, but the value would go down to 1. Joe, since you are technically the higher ranked competitor, do you want to? Oh, I should read the categories. I always forget to read the categories. Categories for today's match are Star Trek, Star Wars, Middle Earth, Spinner's Choice, Marvel, MCU, Aliens, Opponent's Choice, Underworld, and DC. Joe, do you want to spin first or second?
I'll spin first.
Spin first? Okay.
It's a Joe Farrelly special.
All right. So, Joe, here is your first spin at the wheel. And then Marvel. You want to keep Marvel or spin again?
Yeah, I'll keep Marvel.
Keep Marvel? Okay. Get back to here.
Well, I don't want still on there anything other than those 2 that I didn't really want.
All right. So, First question in Marvel. Who voices Honey Lemon, a chemist, in Big Hero 6?
I can't remember if this is Honey Lemon or not. I've got multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, Genesis Rodriguez, B, Maya Rudolph, C, Katie Lowe's, or D, Dakota Fanning?
Genesis Rodriguez.
That is correct for 1 point.
I just remembered who the other one I was thinking of was. God damn it.
Your second question in Marvel. In Deadpool 2, how does Deadpool try to kill himself at the start of the film? And a generic answer will be fine.
Blow himself up.
That is correct for 2 points.
Fuck Wolverine.
Question number 3 in Marvel. In Logan, a new mutant hasn't been born in how many years?
Oh, I have this written down. 25.
25 is correct for 2 points.
Yeah.
Your fourth question in Marvel. In Spider-Man 2, what does Doc Ock start throwing at Spider-Man in the bank?
Bags of money.
That is correct. 2
Coins.
points.
If you want to be more.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
No, you're good. I wasn't gonna say anything.
Question number 5. Your last question in Marvel. In X-Men: The Last Stand, which mutant does Warren Worthington 2 want to use the mutant cure on first? You count of 5, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2. Repeat. That's Joe's first repeat. In X-Men: The Last Stand, which mutant does Warren Worthington 2 want to use the mutant cure on first?
Warren Worthington III.
That is correct for 1 point. So after Joe able to get 8 points there and brings his total up to 17.
9. You got
9.
You got 9.
I multiple choice.
Did you get
No,
nine?
I multiple choice 2 of them.
No, he multiple. I have multiple choice too.
Yeah, I multiple choice 2 of them, didn't I? Genesis Rodriguez and Warren Worthington II.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You just.
No, I didn't. You're right. I didn't.
It's
No,
Sorry.
you didn't. You're right.
No,
Yep.
you
My fault.
Repeated.
Yeah.
Yeah, my fault.
It's
Yeah,
past
my
midnight.
fault.
I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to make the mistakes. Devontae, you have no
I'm.
excuse.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's
Robert.
nope. That is
You're good.
absolutely my fault.
I got you, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm paying.
Sorry. All right. Yeah, that's my fault, Joe. Robert, bringing up the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And your spin is in.
What's it gonna be?
Middle Earth. Do you want to keep Middle Earth or spin again?
I think I'm gonna spin again, actually.
Spin again? Okay. So whatever you get here, you will have to keep.
Yep.
Well, at least I would have been happy spinning again.
Yeah. I just didn't want to take it. I'm not in the mood.
And you got MCU.
I'm more in the mood for that, so that's fine.
Well, at least this wheel's been kinder than the last one.
Yeah. I studied a lot of aliens and Underworld today.
Yeah, I couldn't do video. I couldn't go through video game movies again.
I understand.
All right. Let's get in. Robert, your first question in the MCU.
Yeah.
In Age of Ultron, during the party towards the start of the film, who tells a story about dropping a tank at the feet of a general?
War Machine.
That is correct for 2 points.
Ooh, looking for this?
Yeah. In Guardians of the Galaxy 2, after the Ravagers mutiny on Yondu, who becomes the new captain of the Ravagers? count
Taser fake.
of 5.
You got it.
That is, you guys correct for 2 points. Sorry, you cut out there for.
Sorry, taser face.
Yeah, I heard it. I heard it.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. All right.
I was questioning myself a whole lot there for some reason.
Yeah.
Question number
Got a lot of
3.
blame.
Question number 3. And Thor, who gets impaled by ice and is seriously injured when Thor and the group attack Jotunheim in the start of the film?
Volstagg.
Volstagg is incorrect. Joe for the 2-point steal. And Thor, who gets impaled by ice and is seriously injured when Thor and the group attack Jotunheim in the start of the film?
Fandral.
Fandral is correct for 2 points.
Stupid.
2 points steal. All right. So, your 4th question in the MCU. In Iron Man, when Tony first wakes up and sees Ho Yinsen, what is Ho Yinsen doing?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, eating, B, building, C, reading, or D, shaving?
Shaving.
Shaving is correct for 1 point.
I'd have needed multiple for that as well.
Nice.
As soon as I heard it, I knew it, but I was like,
And your final question in the MCU. In The Incredible Hulk, during the fight on Culver University, the Hulk kicks Emil Blonsky into what that severely injures him?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Is it A, a tree, B, a tank, C, a building, or D, a helicopter?
Damn it! You put the 2 things in there. A tree.
A tree is correct for 1 point.
Just for some reason had a weird.
I caught an hour of that the other night, and that's why I remembered it.
10, 15.
That tree was in my head, but for some reason I also thought. Okay.
All right. So after round 2, I have the score of 15 to 20. 15. Joe's winning 15 to 20 or 20 to 15. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep. All right. So going to the 3rd round. Each competitor will get each competitor will pick 3 numbers ranging from various geek categories. First question is worth 2, second is worth 3, and your third is worth 5 points. There is no stealing. There are numbers between 1 and 14. So, Joe, since you are in the lead, please pick your numbers 1 through 14.
12, 4, 6.
12, 4, 6. And Robert, please pick your numbers 1 through 14, other than 12, 4, and 6.
I'll take. I'll do 14, 7,
Okay.
and 3.
7, 3. Okay. So Robert, since you are behind by 5, you will be going first. I should mention both players have used 1 repeat, so you each have 3 left, and your challenges.
Yep.
So, Robert, you picked category 14, which corresponds to heroes and villains. Heroes and villains. What is Snoke's title in the Star Wars franchise?
Supreme Chancellor.
That is incorrect.
Supreme Leader.
It is Supreme Leader. Yep.
Wow. I am yelling it today.
I think that matches my God of War, God of Death miss there.
Yeah. So you picked category 7 for your 3-pointer, which corresponds to the MCU.
Damn. Okay.
And you carry 3 points. In Iron Man, what does Ho Yinsen have Tony's electromagnetic in his chest hooked up to?
Car battery.
That is correct for 3 points. So, in order to remain in the game, Robert, you have to hit your 5-point question.
Yeah.
You pick category 3, which corresponds to the DCEU. The DCEU.
Okay.
And remember, you guys still have 3 repeats left.
Yep.
So in the DCEU, in Man of Steel, what is the name of the man who runs a conspiracy website that Lois asked to leak her article about her experiences in the Canadian Arctic? And I need the full name, his first and last name.
Awesome.
We count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Robert, second repeat. Category DCEU. In Man of Steel, what is the name of the man who runs a conspiracy website that Lois asked to leak her article about her experiences in the Canadian Arctic? Count of 5, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2, 1. There's your third repeat. Category DCEU. In Man of Steel, what is the name of the man who runs a conspiracy website that Lois asked to leak her article about her experience in the Canadian Arctic?
Good game, Joe. I'm not gonna get this. I'm just drawing it out. So
5,
because I
4,
didn't know this before, I'm just gonna say Brad Wilson.
3. And your winner by technical knockout, Joe Farrelly. Looking for Glenn Woodburn. Glenn Woodburn.
Didn't have the first name.
So, great match here. 20 to 18. I guess we could go to today's first place finisher. Joe, how you feeling? Now you get to play your that's one of your faction mates in another league, Jay Burns. You had 9 in the first round, pretty good second round. Didn't have to answer in the third round. So
yeah, I'm still a little bit disappointed about the Hella miss. That annoyed me. Round 2, I had Genesis Rodriguez in my head, but I couldn't remember if she was Honey Lemon or somebody else. And then the other one popped into my head as once you had the 4 options and it wasn't one of them, I knew it was going to be Genesis, but it just escaped me. But no, Ron played a good match, did really well in the MCU, just missing that one. I actually thought the MCU round 2s were a bit harder than the Marvel MCU round 2 questions. And yeah, he was just, I think, just unfortunate answering maybe just a little bit too quickly on the Star Wars one there. But no, it was a good match. Yeah, I'll still kick myself about not getting the Hella question because that's how my mind works. But it's always good playing against Rob. It's always fun to be on screen with. Just didn't quite go in his favour today with the MCU.
So so playing Jay Burns now, how you feeling about that for the title?
So I know Jay pretty well, and I know he's got extensive notes and study guides for himself. He's a really, really good player. I don't think I've had a competitive geek match against him, so that'll be interesting and that'll be quite fun. Naturally, I'll be doing everything I can to end in a victory because I like winning. But I've just really got to hope that the wheel is kind, and some of those categories. I say compared to some of the other geek leagues I play in, I think there's a deeper. There's more movies here and I don't have as extensive notes on some of those categories as I do some of the core geek ones, your mixed bags, but some of I would say more fringe geek categories, I'd say there's stuff I need to work on there, and I enjoy having those things to work on.
True. Guess we can move down to the unfortunate second place finisher today. Robert, you had a great match. I mean, 9 in the first round. MCU, probably a little bit tougher, but I mean, MCU's been spun a lot, and then maybe just a bit quicker on the draw on 2-pointer, but you seem to know it. It's a quick answer. So how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, we're tied. Joe did well in Marvel. I got a category I would usually do well in. Fandral, Volstagg. I'm always between those two. I've not had that question formally, but I've heard it, and I always mix up who that is. I mean, I know who they are relative to who they are as Thor's friends. I just, in that context, always forget who's the one who gets injured. And then I knew Tree. I should have just shot that one. I don't know why I multiple choiced it. And then Supreme. I know what Snoke is. I never would have got that 5-point DCU question in a million years. So that was just luck of the draw. I mean, I just made a couple mistakes, and you can't make mistakes against Joe. It happens. Still cannot get him, even when he's impaired. But it's fine. I just try a bit harder. Stuff goes my way a little bit. It is what it is. I trust myself. I messed up trusting myself in the wrong places and didn't trust myself in the right places. That's all. That's what this was.
Yeah, I mean, you saw it 18 most days. That beats most people. MC's been spun a lot, so it's starting to get a little bit deeper now.
Yeah,
and spun like a lot actually. So it's starting to get a lot more deeper questions in there. So it's just kind of how the game works.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, who would you want to face next? I mean, after this,
I'll anybody. Tyler, I didn't play Tyler.
Tyler.
Play Joe again, maybe at some point.
I'm sure we'll have this rematch sometime soon, probably.
Yeah. So anybody, I'm cool.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Guess we can wrap things up here today. We could start with today's winner, Joe. Where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me anywhere movie trivia is being played. Also on Letterboxd, JFarrelly1, and also on Twitter at JoedFarrelly. I just talk about movies and football, proper football, not American football.
Yeah, got you. Robert, where can the people find you?
Also, all places where movie trivia is had at Robert Castner on Facebook. I am a frequent contributor to the Supernova show that airs typically on Sundays, but now we're doing, I think, live on Fridays. So you can catch us there. Also have another podcast where I'm doing it about not proper football and other things that I'm trying to get off the ground. So watch for that. Otherwise, just at me. I like to talk to people. I'm a plebe, so I don't have Letterboxd, but maybe one day.
Yeah. I think I signed up for it. I don't ever use it, so we're right there. Me and you.
Yeah.
Again, Devontae King, you can find me here.
It's a good place sometimes when you know if you're a competitor, an upcoming competitor is on it.
Yeah.
Me, Devontae King, you can find me here at Jack of All Trivia. We're on the IG League. So if you want to match here, come here. Me and my partner Dubs are doing this Trident match every couple of weeks, 30-question whiteboard match. So if you want one of those, you can talk to either me or him. Haven does singles here, and Travis Schaefer does teams. So if you want one of those leagues, go talk to them. Once again, today's final score: Joe 20 and Robert with 18, and we will be signing off.